Evening, everyone. It's 6:30 on Tuesday the 10th, and this is your closing comment. It's video number 890. And I want to remind you, really appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button and the notifications. Today, not only did I put out an early morning video, but we also had another video from Sharif Suki that I put out, and the link for that will be on tonight's Daily Note. So we got our $1.2 billion infrastructure deal, and without question, the infrastructure stocks were great. None better than Nucor, NUE, which is our biggest steel producer. It traded during regular hours up to 118.10, up 1032, but has continued in the aftermarket. The last is 121.04, up 1326 or 12%. We also had news on Canadian Pacific with a new $300 bid for Kansas City Southern, KSU. Kansas City Southern closed the day 289.75, up 2015 or 7.5%. It was a little higher, and of course, whenever you get any kind of action like this, certainly M&A in the railroads, the transports really take off, and they were the big winner today, up 267.17 or 1.87%. So pretty decent day. We also had earnings. We had Coinbase, which beat top and bottom line, and unfortunately, they gave some negative guidance for the third quarter. The stock in regular hours closed 269.67, down 1080, but has recovered a little bit in late trading. Last is 272.40, and that was only down 807. Cisco, the other Cisco, the food Cisco, beat top and bottom, and there's nothing wrong with this one. Closed 73.45. The earnings were this morning. Stock got as high as 78.70, the last 78.24, up 479 or 6.5%. Micron also mentioned in today's news, down a bit, 75.91, down 430, mostly on DRAM pricing being weak. And this morning I told you about Fulcrum, FULC, and this morning it was trading at about 13.5, and that was up about $4.50, 47%. However, that continued much higher, actually traded 22.09, and the last in late trading was 18.26, up 9.95 or 120%. I'm not sure how that one's going to hold overnight. Specifically because they're going to do $100 million in stock, but at $18 or $20, that's only 5 million shares, and the stock did trade 106 million on the day today, so they shouldn't have too much trouble pricing that, especially with that sickle cell anemia treatment. Dow stocks were 22 up, 8 down. Market internals on the NYSE were 1.2 to 1 up, and the Dow closed new all-time high up 162.82.46%. NASDAQ was down a little, and the internals there were 1.1 to 1 on the downside. So not overwhelming, down $72. S&P also a new high, up 440. The Russell didn't do much today, up 455, and as I said, the transports were the big winner. As far as the Dow stocks, the biggest loser was CRM, and that shaved 39 Dow points off the Dow, and that group, Work From Anywhere, was especially weak today. All of them in my sector watch were down. On the upside, biggest gainer, Goldman Sachs adding 53 Dow points, Caterpillar adding 34 Dow points, and Honeywell adding 24 Dow points. So not overwhelming. We did have some action here in the oil. Oil was up on the day, recovered a bit of yesterday's and all of last week's losses, still has a way to go, but it was down, and this is the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Okay. We did bottom here on Friday. This was yesterday. Yesterday's bottom around 65.15 versus 65.01 here. And we had a higher high, higher low, and close up near the highs. And as I said, we're up a little bit tonight, up 22 cents. The gold had really no recovery. It was up $5.20, but in the last 3 or 4 trading days, it's had a horrendous sell-off. The high here was 1835, and we had a 3-day drop all the way down to 1675, closing down pretty hard, down 36. Today, as I said, $5.20. So, 160 to the downside, 5 to the upside really doesn't cut it. The other market that was especially weak today, and I guess it has something to do with the infrastructure also, because the money has to come from somewhere, but the bond market was again down. Bonds were down about 0.5 point today, and are slightly lower. During the day, the low was 162 and 29/32, and right now we're at 163, so up 3/32 off the low, but down 7/32 off the close. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing in the morning. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the notification button, and be careful out there.